Trump isn't a crypto trader either. He just invented some and sold them to other people. Mugs, you might call them.
President Donald Trump has made more than $1 billion from cryptocurrency since returning to office. This is according to his 2025 financial disclosure. The filing includes income linked to his family's crypto ventures, including royalties from a Trump meme coin and earnings from a cryptocurrency business founded by his sons. He has been defending his gains to reporters in the last hour.
Well, you know why I'm profiting? Because the stock market's going up. Everybody's profiting. If you have a 401k, how's your 401k done? It's about up 85%. Thank you, President Trump. So we're all profiting. I'm profiting because I have a lot of money and a lot of cash, and I give it to institutions. I don't know if they know what they're doing or not, but they buy a vast array of things.
A 401k account is a workplace retirement savings plan, in case you're wondering what he was going on about. Let's talk to Glen Goodman, who is author of The Crypto Trader. Very good afternoon, Glen.
Good afternoon.
Can we just take apart a little bit what Donald Trump has said there? I mean, does it really stand up to scrutiny that if he's making loads and loads of money, everybody else is benefiting from it?
I mean, it's kind of typically short-termist of Donald Trump in that quote just there to be like, look how great the stock market's doing, and, you know, I'm profiting too from my crypto. Yeah, everything might look rosy from a mark-to-market financial point of view right this second, but, you know, markets go up and markets go down. And certainly, I'm sure most of the financial commentators you've spoken to in recent times have told you that everybody's worried about the possibility of a stock market crash that's sort of spurred on by the boom and possible bust of AI investment. So, yeah, I think this is a very short-termist view of Trump to just say, well, everybody's profiting, so it's kind of okay. I don't think it is okay, to be perfectly honest.
Well, just explain to us, Glenn, the basics of his massive, massive leap in crypto money. How has he made so much? Isn't cryptocurrency only valuable if you then use it to buy something? And is he correct to say that he is just accumulating masses and masses of wealth?
Well, cryptocurrencies are just assets that you can buy and sell. Like anything else, the prices go up, the prices go down. I mean, the price of Bitcoin has actually been doing pretty badly over the past sort of year or so. So Donald Trump hasn't really helped the big daddy of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin. And in fact, most cryptocurrencies follow Bitcoin's price because it's the leader. Just like in the stock market, you tend to get leaders like Tesla or whatever, and other stock prices tend to follow them. Likewise with crypto. So actually, nearly all cryptos have been falling for most of Donald Trump's tenure. But he has been making money because what he's not doing is gambling on the prices of crypto tokens. What his family did is basically invent crypto tokens, right? Sort of effectively like printing money, because they invent the tokens and then they sell them to other people. And a lot of those other people are their own followers. And those are the people primarily who have lost money from these various cryptos that Donald Trump has invented. So it's all very well him talking about how he's profited, but it's actually his own followers and his own fans who, in many cases, were silly enough to buy the tokens that he was selling. The prices then crashed, really, really crashed, and many of those investments are worth very, very little now. And Donald Trump has reaped the benefits.
Okay, right. Well, he certainly has, hasn't he? Is there no possibility that the bottom falls out of his particular crypto meme coin market? Forgive my terminology here, Glenn. It's not my area of expertise.
It's all right. It's fine. It's complex, but this part, the Donald Trump bit, is actually remarkably simple. What it amounts to is he invented some things. He sold them to other people. He gets the profits, and those profits are in dollars. You know, those profits are safe. He has those profits. Nobody can take them away from him. So whilst everybody else may lose on cryptocurrency at times, if I'm the crypto trader, and that doesn't mean I'm trading crypto all day, every day. I trade when there are good, strong bull markets, like we've seen in the past with Bitcoin and so on. And I don't tend to trade very much when markets are weak, like they are now.
Have you ever bought?
Donald Trump isn't a crypto trader either. He just invented some and sold them to other people. Mugs, you might call them.
Okay, and you've never been one of those mugs? You've never bought his stuff?
Never been a mug.
No, okay.
I've been a mug in various ways, yes, but not in the sense of buying Donald Trump's crypto tokens. No, I'm not that silly.
What is your story, Glenn?
My story is I used to do a job not a million miles away from your one. And I was a business correspondent and business presenter. I worked for the BBC for years, and then I worked for ITV News as a correspondent for years, business correspondent. And all that time I was kind of getting into trading on the side, just like as a hobby, but then it became bigger and bigger, and eventually it threatened to sort of overwhelm my entire job. So I had to quit ITV and become a full-time trader. So I trade everything, stocks, commodities, and then when crypto came along, I was trading that and making videos about it, so to help people understand it. And so the publishers came calling, signed a publishing deal for the Crypto Trader, wrote the Crypto Trader, and yeah, I still trade to this day. And, as you can tell, I'm not a crypto fan as such. I am sort of in favor of the industry, and I actually like a lot of the regulation that Donald Trump brought in, the Clarity Act and the Genius Act. They really helped to kind of get rid of a lot of the grey area about what is crypto. Is it proper money or is it not? All that kind of thing, right?
Okay.
Brings it into the financial fold.
So here's the bit that I don't understand. On the one hand, Trump has given real credibility to the crypto market, but from what you said earlier, he's also somebody who has completely milked the crypto market. Now, to most people, those would be different directions of travel.
Well, this is how I've felt ever since he became president, that he is both the savior and the nemesis of crypto simultaneously. He's pulling it in two different directions, because on one hand, yes, the regulation has been great and it will continue to be extremely useful in developing the crypto industry in the future, slow and steady, blah, blah, blah. But certainly in the short term, he's given crypto an even worse reputation than it already had. And, I'm guessing you, as somebody who doesn't know a great deal about crypto, probably doesn't think it's very savory. And in many ways, you would be right. And he has made that worse. And that annoys me.
Sure. I mean, I do. I have all of that reticence about something that I clearly don't understand enough about. And I wonder whether I'm exactly the type of person who will always have missed out on a potential to accumulate wealth because I just didn't get there in time.
Yeah, I did notice you mentioned that in the queue as you were leading into my interview. That was clearly, and in your throw forward earlier, it did sound like you were suffering some regret from not being one of the rich ones.
Well, do you know what? I'm not suffering any regret at all because I'm a cautious person, Glenn. So I'm not drawn to something that seems to have quite so much jeopardy attached to it. But for people who are listening to this thinking, oh gosh, it just sounds too late for me. Is it too late for them?
I mean, it's like with any assets, like the stock market, it's never too late. There's always another boom. Every time, one of my followers writes to me, oh, I've missed the AI boom, because there's been a massive boom in AI stocks, obviously. Oh, I've missed it. And I'm like, don't worry. There'll be another boom around the corner, next year, or even in a few months' time. We see continual booms. And the same goes for crypto. Crypto has gone in a series of cycles. And that's why I became a crypto trader, because it was so beautiful to trade it when it's going well, make money. And then when it starts crashing, get out of it, leave it for a couple of years. You've got to have patience in the trading game. But in terms of feeling jealous of Donald Trump, there's no need, because he has done something that very few other people can do, which is, or rather his family have leveraged his popularity and his fame, and then just issued a bunch of worthless tokens, really, and just said, here, if you're a fan of Donald Trump, buy these worthless tokens for no apparent reason, just because they might maybe go up in value, but they didn't. They went down in value. So really they're kind of like Pokemon, like Donald Trump Pokemons or something that people have just paid vast amounts of money for. It's like the best best Pokemon scheme in the world, really,
Right,
for Donald Trump.
yes, a Pokemon Ponzi. Quick question, please, Glenn. Will there come a time? I've always said I won't buy Bitcoin until I can actually go into Marks and Spencer's and buy a packet of Nikkhahs with that Bitcoin. Is that time upon us? Will that time ever happen?
I am very fast. Well, I never had a lot of faith that would happen, to be perfectly honest. And now I've got very little faith that will happen. The problem with Bitcoin is that it's quite expensive in terms of fees and that kind of thing. If you want to do individual transactions, it's not really set up for buying a cup of coffee or buying small purchases. But what it is, it's more akin to gold. People often compare it to gold. Gold has got a longer and prouder history, obviously thousands of years of a fairly stable kind of value, whereas Bitcoin has gone up and down crazily in its short lifespan. But it is settling down. The price is getting less volatile as time goes on. And of course, it's worth more than $1 trillion at points and that kind of thing. So it really has become very well established among the younger generations. I wouldn't sniff at that, because the younger generations are the ones who are going to be ruling the world pretty soon. And as far as they're concerned, Bitcoin is a bona fide thing to store your wealth in, as a store of value. It's getting there.
Okay.
It's still far too volatile to store your value just leave it there and not worry about it, as far as I'm concerned. But over time, I think it will become more and more like gold.
Right. Okay. After that interview, Glenn, I'm still nervous. Glenn, thank you very much indeed. Glen Goodman is author of The Crypto Trader.